Well, we're back in the comfy chairs in the Consultant's Corner with John Mitton. And John, I want to continue our discussion from last week where we're talking about Mitton Media and your entrepreneurial background. And what makes Mitton Media stand out from other companies that help with recruitment advertising and employer branding?
I'm just going to repeat a lot of the things that we're told on a regular basis by our clients. The first one being we put our customers first. A great example is last week. There's a company we've been talking to for a few months about different options, and Thursday they decided we're going to go ahead and do that radio campaign for our big job fair. Well, it happened to be the Thursday of Labor Day weekend, and they called at 5. I said, we're going to do what we can do. We don't know what's open. So between 5 o'clock Thursday night and 11 a.m. Friday morning, we wrote 2 scripts, one in English, one in Spanish. We produced them. We had them approved. First thing Friday morning, we negotiated the media buy. We got it done, in place, and confirmed, and they're all set to go. And the client called us about 11:30 and said, you know what? You're the only firm we've ever worked with that would have done this. Most would have just said, it's Labor Day weekend. Everything's closed. You guys didn't say a word. You shut up. You went out. You did the job. You got done what we needed done. And now we know what it's like to work with Mitton Media.
Your slogan is, we do the work and you get the credit. What does that mean?
We do the work and you get the credit basically means that we take the fear out of the process. HR departments have a wonderful skill set list. Unfortunately, marketing doesn't happen to be one of them. And so when it's time to do effective employee recruitment advertising, they usually go the way of the status quo. And that's great, except when the status quo doesn't work. So when it's we do the work and you get the credit, we are all about doing the market research and the creative production and the focus groups, everything that it's going to take to go into making an effective program. We saw a great article about in Adweek this week about how the marketing community is messing up advertising to millennials because they have a preconceived notion of how you need to reach out and advertise to millennials because they only behave a certain way. And the article was saying that's totally wrong. You can't pigeonhole anybody because there's a lot of different varieties to reach people. What I have seen and what you have seen happen is when it's the industry standard. We saw it with when the internet first came out. That's going to be the silver bullet. That's going to save everything. It's when the icing becomes a status quo instead of the cake. When we do the work, you get the credit. With our background in behavioral psychology, we know with every decision-making process, especially one that's such life-changing as going from the career you're at to going to a new employer, there has to be certain criterion that you have to hit in order to engage that person and get them to make the change. Social media alone doesn't do it. Job boards, they don't do it because they're missing the emotional trigger. What clients love about us is we're able to put the whole package together and create programs that reach qualified applicants, engage them, get their attention, and then deliver a hiring message that, number one, wants them to move to this new opportunity, but number two, they're qualified. They're qualified when they show up to apply.
So when you say you take the fear out of it, basically what you're saying is you provide custom turnkey solutions to an HR department that they can basically just pick up the phone, call Mitton Media, tell them what the situation is, and you will provide them with those solutions. Is that how that works?
Yeah, that's exactly how it works. We don't follow trends because they often lead you in the wrong direction. What we do is we create the trends. Me coming from the sales background and the LPGA Tour Caddie, out there it doesn't matter. There are no pictures on the scorecard. It's not how did you do it. It's how many strokes did you take. With us, it's all about we just care about one thing: that you get results, right. That you get the qualified results that you need to put butts in the seats, so that you can continue and do the projects that you need to do.
So. Basically, let's say that a client comes to you and says, I need to hire 200 mill workers, and there's a fire sale going on in the newspaper. Do I want to do that? What would you tell them?
Well, that's one of the things that we bring to the table is the unique knowledge. There's a fire sale going on at the paper. No, because that's not how recruitment advertising works. We have it all the time. Radio reps, TV reps, print reps, outdoor reps. We have a fire sale cheap. Well, you have to pre-plan. And you need 2,000 people, why are you going to flush that money down the toilet when what you should do is the first steps, as we do, you find out the market research. Where are they? What are they doing? What are their lifestyles? What are the most efficient media resources that we can use, both traditional, digital, to get your hiring message put together and placed in front of that person? So instead of you hoping and praying they're going to see your job board ad, they're going to bump into it going about their everyday business.
So the bottom line is the process starts first with the research to determine what media the people you're looking for are in touch with.
If a doctor prescribed medicine without examination, it's called malpractice. We don't practice malpractice at Mitton Media. We practice results.
Excellent. And if you want to learn more about how Mitton Media can help you or your company reach the right candidates, reach them quickly, and reach a lot of them, drop us a line at info@mittonmedia.com. That's info@mittonmedia.com. And we'll be back with Howard Partridge. That's next on the Jobs Pipeline radio program.